Hey guys, AJ Watkins here. The Atoms patch is here, and while it brings quite a few good things to the table, with new features and some balancing, it's broken the save for the time being. What it's done is every single race out there has become despicable neutrals. And that starts all the way from the top down to the bottom. The only ones that aren't affected are going to be the races that don't really matter on the world stage right now, or the universal stage. And this is not really a complaint per se. This is just kind of making y'all aware of what has happened and why you will not be receiving another episode from the Galactic Empire campaign. But as soon as they get it worked out, which devs, do what you gotta do, take your time, understand these things requires a lot of scrutiny, a lot of patience. Do what you gotta do. But when they get it taken care of, I'll bring you this episode as soon as I possibly can. Just be patient with me and I'll do what I can for you. So instead, I'll just talk for a few of the balance features that they put in with this new Atoms patch that kind of stuck out to me. First, I saw the Praetorian Scourge Crisis will now show up more often and the Unbidden less often. That's interesting because I haven't really ran into the Praetorian Scourge as much, so hopefully that'll be great. And they have doubled the base strength of the Scourge invasion fleets. While fantastic, I'm actually a little concerned about that one. That could be a tough fight. They doubled the base strength of the extra-dimensional fleets. Their initial fleet has been more than quadrupled. That I find that very nice because in one of my previous games that I played, not on YouTube, it wasn't much of a challenge. So I'm excited to see that. And the power of the Fallen and Awakened Empire fleets now scales somewhat to the size of the galaxy. That could be good. Again, that's something I've not really ran into, but I can only see it very beneficial, very helpful to keep the game interesting, even when you have a very large race. And increased warp wind down time. That's going to make the higher level warp engines even more valuable, in my opinion. Instead of being like, okay, I could actually upgrade or I could wait and get something else, it will make getting the level 2 warp engines or level 3 all the more important. And it boosted the damage output, shield hit points, and hull points of military stations and frontier outposts substantially. Some of my friends know that when I play games such as this, I like to bunker down and hold the line, if you will, and then expand as my walls expand. That's going to play great to that play style, and in a player versus player gameplay, that may slow the game down a little bit. But if you're just playing versus computers, it could actually help you maybe want to tackle an AI before you're actually ready to. It would be an interesting thing to see. But to kind of offset that a little bit, they've increased the distance of which military stations have to be built from each other. So they did kind of balance it back out to where you can't just have a wall of space stations that'll be insurmountable to get past in any decent amount of time. But I don't know how big that radius is. It might be just a small amount. It could be huge. That's something I can't wait to discover once I have more time in the patch to figure out what's going on. Alright guys, I guess I won't necessarily ask you to leave a like, but if you like the changes to the Atoms patch, please leave a like. If you have a comment about it, if you've also been affected by the despicable neutrals, leave a comment below. Let's kind of get this thing going so they'll fix this. Not really rush them along, just let them understand that there's a problem out here so they can fix it Just be aware that it's still a thing. The beta patch hasn't quite got it nailed down yet on at least all saves. Maybe most people, it hasn't for mine. Let me know if you've also had problems as well. Alright, and please subscribe to my channel for more episodes, and feel free to check out the Galactic Republic. That save campaign hasn't been affected yet, so definitely recommend you checking out that one, at least until we can get this one repaired. Alright, y'all have a good one. AJ Watkins, signing out.